Walking was painful, lying down is painful. It's like, yeah, I really hate the pregnancy part. The only pretty little things which I admired was when my son kicked me. That's all. When I got pregnant, I was only 17 years old. I was already out of my house. I was living with my baby's father. I was maybe 4 or 5 months pregnant, and suddenly he went into prison. So things started to change a lot. I need to support myself. I need to support the child after this when it's born. I don't remember a day I don't cry. When I stayed in that house, it was just one room, one hall, one kitchen. It's very crampy, and moreover, the environment was very bad. Kids at the age of 7 are already smoking there. Kids have already been starting to sell drugs. The environment there was so scared that you would be afraid to bring up your son in such an environment. But then slowly I met neighbors around where I lived, and then one auntie referred me to Babes.
Her case will always be special to me because she's my very first case when I first joined Babes. The very first thing we do when we meet the girl during an intake assessment is to let them know of the options available, which is parenthood, termination, and then the third option is to carry on with the pregnancy, but having the choice of either to foster later on or adoption. She's very, very sure that she wants to carry on with the pregnancy, and she's also very sure that she wants to keep the baby and be a young parent. Babes being a pro-choice agency, we will always respect and honor the decision made by the girls, and then our responsibility is to journey with them, whatever decision they make. One of the objectives set was to reconcile with her immediate family, because before the crisis, she was very close to her family members, especially her father. Of course, she wanted to go back to her family.
After I left my house, throughout my pregnancy, I think I missed my dad the most. When I really miss him, I would actually call him up saying that, "Hi Appa, how are you doing?" Then he was like, "I told you don't call me, don't make me angry, I don't want to hear your voice, you're not in the family."
I also actually gave the father a call to try to link them back. I don't know him, but I know he's a loving father, but he can also be very firm. And he made it very clear to me that there is no way he would take her back or acknowledge the child that she was carrying.
After the rejection of my dad from both me and Linda, we just tried to work things out to make sure that I have everything. All I needed to do was I needed to prove that I would be able to look after my child. She helped me out on cot, stroller, and some clothes. Really important and expensive stuff which I wouldn't be able to afford. She really helped me out in that. So day 2, when the social worker came to talk things out with me, she told me that she can't discharge the baby. And then Linda came to explain things better and say that Babes is going to be by my side throughout. Babes will be there for me. I think that was what convinced her that Babes is going to be around there. Then 3rd day, and then they said that I could discharge my baby. So I carry him and I faster quickly go back home. So at that point of time, I tried my best to be so strong that I don't have anyone with me, but I'm looking after my child all alone. There's times when you just want to break down because it's really, really tiring to look after a child, no joke. So he came out. I thought things would get better, but actually things only got worse. Like really, really worse. We fight so bad that even I was like, why my son have to see all this? He don't have to. And then something just woke me up. This is not life. If you want to live here, your son is going to grow up being bad. I called my dad and told him that if you don't accept me back home, my only choice would be the orphanage. I've got nowhere else, I'm not staying here anymore. I need to move up. Don't don't see babes as an organization. See them as your family, like how Linda was for me. When I needed to talk, when I needed a listening ear, when I needed things for my son, Linda was there. She would make a trip down to my house to hear me out.
To me, the most rewarding part of this job is to be able to see the girl move on. I always tell them, yes, you are a teenager, but you're also a mother. I won't paint beautiful pictures saying, it'll be okay. It will be tough, but that doesn't mean your life ends there. Even if I hit one goal, I'll be happy.
I knew I did a huge mistake, but at the same time, I wouldn't have been this brave, this strong if it's not my son. He is the main reason why I keep climbing today. He's the only reason I tell myself that you have to do it, you have to do it.